everyone! How is it going? Can you hear us? I think... Oh, I'm always checking
Hope they
now,
can.
but they should be able to. I've been burned too many times. Hello!
We need to get your little guy jumping.
Oh man, do I have to break my...
You
Oh.
do. Break them!
You
Break
said
them!
it breaks it. It really, I mean...
The little guy jumping is worth it. It's a worthy sacrifice.
I've broken it.
Yay!
There you go. Well, there you go. My little guy can speak like normal again. Hell yeah. Okay, I've got a bunch of materials and things that Matt's given me, so we can go through a bunch of stuff. But I think the plan is to look at some of the dock rolls, look at the Slums region that was submitted quite a while ago now, I think, actually, but
No, it was this week. It was about a week ago.
was it?
Yeah, it was like 6 days ago, but it was this week.
Oh man.
Yeah, there was a lot made this week.
Feels like
this is gonna
so
be a very
long
narrow
ago.
selection, I'll be honest.
Yeah, because like that, how many forum posts do we have like in the last week or so?
Too many.
Too well, never too many. Hold on. But a lot, certainly a lot. And it was really cool to see. I love to see so many things popping up for the docs after the stream, which was lovely to see. But how do we want to do this? Do we want to do region then doc stuff, or doc stuff then region?
I guess let's do doc stuff first, just so that we have a continuation from last week. And
Okay.
then we can do the new region.
That makes sense. I'll accept that. Sorry, I'm just looking through all of the posts. Man, that was a lot.
That was like almost 30. As I said, this will be a relatively narrow selection. Hopefully I've got something from everybody who submitted stuff. I may have missed people. As I said, there was like 30 or something forum posts, so God knows. But yeah.
5-hour stream. Not yet. Maybe one day. Oh man. So some of these posts as well, like in the forum, I've got like so many people talking in them. The conundrums, like the puzzle stuff, that's gone crazy too. It's got like nearly 2,000 messages in that one thread alone. Crazy. But okay, let's get straight into it. Let's have a look at some rolls then, shall we? I have distilled them
there are
down.
also some quirks.
Some quirks in there.
Mm.
I hope they weren't organised because I put them all into one folder.
They were not organised, don't worry.
Okay, good. Alright. Okay. So, let me prepare the rolls. Okay, so let's begin then with what? Hang on a second. Did I may have deleted them.
No, you put them in the slums, I think. No?
No. I did have them in here. I'm almost certain of this. 1 second, chat. Where did they go? Where are they? Ah, I have found them. I did delete them.
What?
My bad.
Oh.
Don't worry about that. Everything professional. Okay. So let's start with the first image then. That is the wrong. Oh man, it's this one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. This is scuffed.
Oh well, it's a classic start of a stream.
Wait, why is it? You changed the sizes of it. It's not my fault.
Oh my bad.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, they might be big again. I didn't do that on purpose.
I've been sabotaged.
Okay, perfect. Nobody saw anything until now. That's... Hello, welcome to the stream.
Welcome
When
back.
did you start it?
Oh man, it's been a long day. I feel drained of energy, but we must gain energy again. And we will begin by reading out this fine medal of role, the interfering jammer. Okay, it's an idea by existing human, so let's read it through. Interfering jammer. My adjacent innocent neighbours and I cannot be investigated unless the boat is on or adjacent to them. Oof. Interfering jammer is... I mean, out of the gate, this is kind of fun.
Yeah, I like this one.
They're a bit of a menace. I like them because
I mean,
you
they are
don't
menace.
necessarily know where exactly they are. And they waste fuel, which I think for a meddler is like a pretty good standard.
But they waste fuel in a way that it's like if you want them to, which is nice. Like as in, like you can choose to just be like, oh, what I won't investigate those roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing actually here, the role does say adjacent innocent neighbors. So if you can't investigate anybody, you know it's like either this meddler or or like an innocent. So you might not want to investigate them.
Hmm. Interesting. But wait, so if they have like non-innocent neighbors, I assume they can still be investigated.
Indeed. That's why there's adjacent innocent neighbors.
Yeah, but isn't this meddler then like very, very good?
Yes and no. It's quite useful in the sense that it does confirm people, but it's quite detrimental in the sense that like you don't know who you're confirming, and you don't get the information from the roles that it does confirm unless you use up some fuel to go get it. And if there's any other role that can't be investigated that are underlings, you might not know.
That is true.
So there's like on its own in a vacuum, yeah, I think it's quite useful, but there's definitely situations where it can be a real pain.
Okay.
What does it do if it's line or tainted? I assume it would just be investigatable. So it'd be self-confirmed in that sense.
Interesting. I suspect as well, like, if you do find an evil, it becomes hard to know where the center is, like, potentially, of, like, where the interfering, like, which tile the interfering jammer is on. Okay. Maybe it's not so bad. Alright, what are we saying? What's your rating for this one?
I'll give this one a 3 or 4. Thing is, I think there are some minor changes that you could do to make this one a bit better.
Like what?
I'm gonna go 3. I'm wondering if it's not better if it's my adjacent innocent neighbors and I cannot be investigated unless the boat is on me. I wouldn't mind that as it's like a quiet that's really annoying because even though you get a confirmation of who's innocent, you like it becomes harder because there could be scenarios where there's several positions where that could be interfering jammer.
I agree. I think that's kind of what I would want, because then you have to care where the actual meddler is.
Yeah. So I think I'm still gonna give this probably a 4 actually. I think it was quite good. I like the fact that it forces you to move the boat. That's always a nice thing.
I'd say a 3, but a 4 if you made that change.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Well, sounds strong. Let's move to the next one. Next up is The Recluse. It's an innocent role by existing human, and it reads, if I am not on or surrounding the boat, I announce how many evils are not surrounding or on the boat. Okay, so it's kind of like an inverse fisherman?
Yeah, in a way.
I like that.
But it's an inverse fisherman that only works when you're not beside them. I'm in two minds about this, but I almost want them to start next to the docks, so that you have to move the boat to get useful information after them. But I'm in two minds about it because then if people are lying, you don't like make that really obvious as they're not beside the boat. They're when they're lying or things like that. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's nice that it's not by the docks because, as you say, yeah, it means that until you move next to them, you don't know. Like you don't know if they're like how that information is going to change.
Well, I mean, I assume they'll change regardless, right?
Yeah, but what we more mean is like if it starts if you stop by the docks and it says something outrageous, you can probably like discount it immediately. But if you then to like move next to it further away and it says something outrageous, then you've at least used the fuel to get there.
I mean, no, but when it's when the recluse gives you the information when they're not on the boat.
Oh.
Not when they are.
Okay, interesting. Well, I don't mind it as something that is a kind of like the mathematician, where it gives you something solid that you think you can build around, and then, you know, it still has the chance to be wrong. If it's lying, would it still give like a... If it was lying and then you move next... Well, I guess if you move next to it, would it start telling the truth if it was lying?
You're reading it differently than I am. For me, this role never lies. Like, it doesn't lie when it's surrounding the boat. It just doesn't give you any information. It'll just be like...
Oh, I see.
Either tell you like a non-sentence or just be blank, right?
Okay.
So so for lying, it will just lie about how many evils are not surrounding the boat.
Okay. I like that. I give that 4.
Yeah, I think this is the 4 for me as well.
In that case, let's have a look at the Fraudster. The first underling of the day. It's an underling by Purple Myrtle that reads, I add an additional good address to the board. One good roll becomes a mirage. I'm surrounding my mirage. I lie and pretend to be a suspected roll. Mirage. A miraged roll hides when the boat is moved onto them.
So, full disclosure, I did this one. Initially, it was mirage. A miraged roll hides and lies when the boat is moved onto them. But I realized that doesn't really make any sense, in the sense that like if it's hidden, you can't see it, so it lying doesn't really change anything. So I just changed it to hides. Except that meant that it was like once you've gone onto them, they hide and lie for the rest of the case, which might be what was like how it was supposed to be interpreted. But then, like, I don't know, still somewhat confusing. So I removed lie because I didn't think it mattered, but I might be interpreting it wrong.
I meant
that it lies before the boat is moved onto them. Okay. Ooh, I misinterpreted that.
I see.
Okay,
That makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
And once the boat is moved onto them, then it's never seen again. Yeah, I like that. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
So that makes sense. I like the Fraudster. I think they're fun. I think Mirage's mechanic is nice as well. As a role that you can just immediately disprove by travelling there.
But you do have to travel there.
Yeah.
I quite like that. I think it's nice. I actually quite like the change that you make them lie. Yeah, it's a variant on Poisoner, and I think I would probably rewrite the description to be more similar to Poisoner. So it'd be, I guess I mirage one of my innocent neighbors, something like that. I'm not sure how the description would be, but it would be something like that, just so it's in mind. But I actually really like that. I think interpreted the way it was supposed to. I think this is a 5 for me. I actually really like this one.
I would say like okay. What if, and hear me out, alright? You could classify a mirage as a location that appears to look like a roll until you land on it, and then it becomes just a mirage. And then you know what's going on. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
because then you wouldn't say like I make a roll into a mirage, but more it would be I add a mirage location to an adjacent tile, like an empty location. Position.
I think the difference is that it doesn't remove information. If anything, it gives you more, because it adds a location that has information.
Yeah, but that's what.
I mean, I guess this one adds a good address, but it like a poisoner removes information as it transforms true information into false information, right? Whereas if you add an extra location in that pretends, then you're just adding an extra thing of information.
Hmm. But it's troublesome information. Oh, I was also thinking that Mirage could be a meddler role that pretends to be a non-playing innocent role, like how the barkeep transforms a role into the drunkard.
Yeah. I could see that actually. Mirage being a meddler role that lies and pretends to be an innocent role, and then
it's just something like I
hides
vanish
when the boat has moved onto it.
Yeah, I vanish when the boat reaches me, something like that. I like that. I'm gonna give this a 4. I think this is pretty cool. I want to play around with it, but I think the Mirage is a new concept.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5. I think this is something I would want to play with. I think could work very well.
In that case,
That's going on me.
let's go to Exolado's meddler role, the Treasure Hunter. I hide 2 random roles. Ability: select an empty board space. If the role is hidden there, I reveal them. Cinema. I like it. If I'm tainted or lying, I will never reveal a role. Ooh. Now here's a fun. Okay, I had one thought that could be funny. Okay, which is, what if the treasure hunter, if you get it wrong, sinks another role, like as in like hides it. That might be too strong, but I just like the gambling aspect of the treasure hunter. I think as it is right now, it's just annoying. And if you select a space and it creates it, then it shows them. I mean, honestly, it's fine as it is, but I just thought I'd throw it out there. I like it though. I like this a lot. I'm gonna give this maybe a 5. I just think it's cool. I like the hide mechanic. I'll be honest.
It's the secret gambling extra point that you give to all rolls to gamble.
Oh, dang it. I think it's really cool.
I think I like this one as well. I think I'll give this one a 5 as well.
Nice.
It hides 2 roles. I like roles that hide other roles because we don't have enough of this. I like the fact that you can try and find them, and that you can reveal them with it gives you a way to reveal a hidden role without having to go there with the boat. Which I think is fun.
But my only question is, should there be a penalty for choosing wrong?
I don't think there should be, but okay. I mean, I don't think it's necessary at the very least. It's already very, very meddlerish already because it already hides 2 roles. So even if you do select one and unhide it, you still got at least one other that's still hidden.
Now here's a question. This is kind of crazy, but should an ability like this use 1 fuel? Because we could have fuel costs on abilities if we wanted. Is that too crazy?
I think that's too crazy. I don't think abilities in this region should have a cost.
I'm just saying it would be a good way to add stakes, but I appreciate it. I think it's fair that we can because we're already pretty fuel tight. So let's
yeah, exactly.
Just thought I'd voice it. All right.
Yeah.
Next up, The Runaway. It's a traitor by RSV Dark, and it reads simply, I hide and do not have an address. Okay. So...
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I thought I'd put this one in because I've seen a couple of people suggest roles that don't have addresses, so you can't know where they are from just like looking at like the addresses and seeing where there's a gap in the numbers.
Yeah.
This one's quite annoying because they're a traitor. You have to arrest them to exit the case, which means that you basically have to either use everybody else's information to figure them out, or just waste a bunch of fuel finding them.
Yeah, this is so.
The one problem I have with
annoying.
this is that it is not supported right now.
Oh yeah, there's also the problem of addresses. If something has no address, then like our lookup stuff doesn't work very well.
Yeah,
so we'd need to have some fake lookup stuff or some. I don't know. It just makes the back end of this even more confusing.
Well, yeah, it has the other problem is like, what if you reveal them and then you try and shoot them with a vigilante? Like, what does the vigilante say? I shot. There's no address. You can't put an address there, and there's lots of roles that use addresses like that.
You could say I shot number 0, something like out of bounds.
Yeah, but
I shot hashtag question mark.
hashtag question mark. There's ways to get around it, I guess. But it does add a lot of like.
I shot. Yeah.
It does add a lot of like smoke confusion because a lot of roles that reference addresses, and as Luke says, like the addresses is basically one of the 2, maybe 3 fundamental things that make up a role right now. So we would have to change the system to allow for this.
That said, we could. There are ways to get around it, which is, you could, like, for example, for something like the runaway. We could, like, okay, so what doesn't have an address simply is like locations that have an address, right? They're kind of like a different thing.
Yeah.
So what you could do is have a mechanic that's closer to like runaway. Like you can't arrest me unless you're on my island. I hide my island. And that is an addressless location you'd have to find. And then it's effectively like a mega scoundrel, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the problem with that is that there's no way of knowing where the island is. At least with a hidden runaway, you have other information that can point you towards them. A hidden location, there's no information that can point you towards them.
True. I mean, they could give you, like, the runaway could give you some information. Like,
Yeah, but then, I don't know, it becomes...
They could say, like, only the X knows where my island is, and it's the closest evil role to the island. Something like that.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced.
Could be hard. Could be very hard. But locations,
I
at
think
least, are like a way that could feasibly function in that, like, to get this kind of behavior of, like, addressless things.
Mm.
You could, another way we could do this is I hide all addresses are hidden. That way, visually, we just turn addresses off, but functionally, they still have an address.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Right?
Oh, just the hidden. I actually like that much better.
Okay.
I actually like that, yeah, a lot more. That's quite good. Because that is diabolical. That's really mean. I mean, obviously, like, you know the logic's still there, so you can still,
Yeah.
if everybody's revealed, you can figure it out.
Mm.
But if you have gaps or empty spaces and somebody gives you information about a certain role, even
especially if you had
like,
that
you don't
last
know
role
what
in
that
play
role
as
is.
well.
Yeah.
This doesn't pretend though. That might be an issue. It wouldn't have to pretend because it's hidden, right? So,
You still have to find them, yeah.
yeah, you'd have to find it, and then it would just be obvious once you found it. The only annoying thing about something like the runaway is that unless you have some information that points in a direction, which there are quite a few in the dogs, like the siren and like there's stuff like the lighthouse, lightkeeper and stuff like that can point directions and things like that. But if you don't have tech like that, the runaway is so annoying to find. Like it's just you have to go to the empty slots. There's not much game
that was
tech.
kind of the idea was that, like, you know, it does waste your fuel in a lot of ways.
I think, yeah, Daniel did you guys' point about I'm not sure how fun it would be to play against is fair. So I would give this.
There's one.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Sorry. Yeah, I was going to say. Oh, actually, it depends what kind of implementation we have. If we have it that it hides all addresses, obviously, it can be a bit different. I wouldn't mind actually if we make it I hide and all addresses are hidden. I wouldn't mind there being an underling. The reason why is because like that you can still have in a hard case with the traitor that you need to find.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't mind that being an underling because then you can ignore it if you need to.
And you can just ignore it. You don't have to go around searching for it. If you don't need to, or if it's more too troublesome.
And it would
So
be
I
chaos.
think there might be something here with this kind of mechanic to be done. But yeah,
I would give this a 4 maybe, but it's a 4 with an asterisk because I think it would need a lot of testing to see if it's actually good. If that makes sense. Like if it's fun, I mean.
yeah. I think this on its own, I give it a 3. I think I hide addresses instead of I don't have an address, I think would just be more fun. And I think as an
Yeah,
underling
I think
stress rate,
I think you'd
give
have
that
to
4.
do that.
Yeah, I think as like the final version we discussed, I would give this a 4. As its base version, I'd give it a 3.
Yeah, I'm not counting the base version because we can implement it, or at least
Yeah, it's
not
true.
currently anyway.
Yeah, we would have to change so much, but
Okay. In that case, let's have a look at the Saboteur. It is an underling roll by Exolado that reads: the first time the boat moves on or adjacent to me, lose 1 fuel. I lie and pretend to be a suspected role. Man, this is an annoying one because I like fuel and I've already got stuff shoving me around. And like, if I get shoved onto a role adjacent to the Saboteur and I lose another fuel, it's like the bully circle. You know what I mean?
the one thing that's good about the Saboteur is that like, if you're paying attention to your fuel, at least you kind of know where they are. Like you get like a ping on where they are. It's a bit like the serial killer that way. That okay, they might kill a role, but at least you know that they're close.
I really want a role that's like the first time I roll, like a meddler maybe. That's like called like the Whitewater Rapids or something. I don't know what you call it. Maybe some. I have no idea what the name of it would be. But like the idea would be like, the first time you land on me, I move you in a random direction.
Get a whirlpool.
Oh, whirlpool would be good. because then you could have like, you could get pushed into a whirlpool that throws you onto a Saboteur. And that to me is hilarious.
You just want to push the players around in
I
every
just
direction.
want to get pushed around by the board. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be fun. But yeah, I like this. This is cool. It's fun because it gives you information. It's annoying because it takes fuel away. It's a solid underling. I'm gonna say it's a 4. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's a 4 for me.
Solid.
That's pretty standard.
Very solid. Alright. Now, Daniel David Guy Scallywag. A meddler roll that reads: I temporarily taint a surrounding neighbour. I change who I taint every time you move the boat. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. This
When
one's
I'm lying or
absolutely horrible.
tainted, I do not taint anyone.
This
That
one is evil.
is evil. I kind of love it though. It's almost an underling to me.
Well, the good thing about it is that
You can test for it.
Well, it's not even that you can test for it. It's just, I mean, you can, I guess. It doesn't hide. It doesn't pretend. So you always know who the potential like tainted roles are.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was intended, but the way it's written, it could technically taint underlings and meddlers and traitors and innocent.
yeah.
I would probably actually change it to
Change
only
it
to
only
innocent.
innocence. Yeah, you'd have to.
But yeah, it's pretty evil. So temporarily
Oh yeah,
because-
we should specify as well for people who don't know that we're talking about roles from the boat region, specifically the docks, that we showcased last week. If you haven't seen it, in the docks region, you have like a boat that you can move around, and information updates as the boat moves. As a result, because information and things update every time you move, you can have roles that do things like temporarily tainting a role, because you have a lot more like updates of when information is given compared to like the office, which is the region that you see in the current public demo, in which you basically only get information once when you investigate them.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, last week we played for some of the cases of the dock region.
Yeah,
And the VOD is up on YouTube if you want to,
That's true.
to go back and see.
I think I'll go find it. But whilst I do that, Yeah, what do we think of the Scallywag then? What are we rating this?
I.
A+
Oh,
for flavor. I love the name. I love the name so
Yeah.
much.
Scallywag is fun.
It is good. I think this is. Oh, it's kind of awful, but I feel like it's playable. I really want to test this one just to see how bad it is. But I think I'll give this a 4 probably.
A 4. Okay.
Yeah, I can give this a 4. Like this is kind of one I'm not 100% sure it'll work or will be fun, but it could be amazing. So it has potential, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay, I like it. I think I'm going to give this a 3 only because I know that this will be my personal nightmare when I play. But I think maybe
Yeah.
a 4 because I think it could be very fun. But I would want to test it. So, the Shopkeeper is an innocent role by RSV Dark, and it has the ability: if I am on the boat, I give you 1 fuel for each step I am from the docks. If I'm lying or tainted, I take 1 fuel from you instead. Ooh.
This is nice because if you can trust them, you're guaranteed to be able to give back.
Yes.
If you go to them, which I like. I like that a lot. But equally, it's an if you can trust them scenario. And if you have more fuel than you need, then you can test for a lot use them as a self test by going to them and seeing if they give you fuel.
I like the Shopkeeper, especially. I think it's a really, really good role. I'm going to give it a 5 because it gives you hope. It's a 5 from me because it gives you hope, and I like that. I like building around. Oh yeah, don't worry, the Shopkeeper's gonna get me out of this. And then you get on there and you use the ability, and bam, you're like, wait, no,
You've
it's
heard it here
lying.
first. Luke loves to destroy your hope.
But wait, hold up. Now we add more roles in the future, and one of them is like the anti-Shopkeeper thing, where it's like, I guarantee the Shopkeeper is in play. The Shopkeeper is lying, or like is tainted, I should say. Something like that.
To the shopkeepers.
Yeah, when I'm in play, the Shopkeeper is on the edge of the board, and is tainted or something like that. Yeah, I do like it. But yeah, this is a self-confirmed role for sure.
Yeah. I think also, I don't know if I put any others, but there was a couple more ideas for roles that give you fuel. And I like having some roles that give you fuel. I like this one because it has an ability. And so there's some amount of like activeness to it. But I do like the idea of, actually one of the ideas I had while looking at some of your guys' ideas, a role that adds a location that gives you fuel back. It's a bit like how the Clockmaker adds the clock tower. It'd be a role that adds like this location, which is like a fuel stop or something, and then go there and get two more fuel or whatever. I think that's a nice way of this. I feel like I like the idea of like making the player want to do a detour to go like refuel. And
It'd be cool if there was something that was like, it was like a fuel depot or something that like sank after you moved so many times, or something like that.
Oh no! It just runs out of fuel slowly but surely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so it'd be like a little tank that says I have X fuel left, and then when you move, it says I have Y fuel left, and then
it goes down over time.
Yeah. So every time you move, it just says it's got less and less, and when you move onto it, you gain the fuel, and it says, I'm empty.
Or you could do the opposite. A fuel gauge that just grows over time.
Oh,
so
good stuff.
The longer you can wait without taking the fuel, the more fuel you can get out of it.
That's interesting. I kind of like that, especially if there's a role that can blow it up after it has so much fuel.
That's very funny. I like that.
I was gonna say, because you have an underling that disguises itself as Norway when it hits it explodes.
I don't know. But I think something like the mine layer, if its mine goes off or something, and it's nearby, like it could blow up the.
I mean, you could just have it it could be like an underling that adds this fuel stop, but every time it adds fuel to it, there's a chance it blows up and kills rolls around it, or something like that. It could be built into the roll that adds it to the board.
Naval mine pretends to be a fuel stop. Wait, that's so good. That's amazing. Oh, that would be so depressing. I love that. Oh, so write that down. All right. Okay. Shopkeeper. What are we giving this then? Oh, it's a 5 from me. I've already said. What do you guys think? It adds so many dynamics. I like it.
Yeah, I think a 5. I think I'm giving it a 4. I think I'm giving it a 4.
A 4, Matt? Why only 4?
Yeah, no,
It's a roll. It gives no information. It's a straight gamble.
I know it gives no information, but that's kind of why I'm dubious about
It's
it.
lovely.
That's,
It's
Because
hope.
Matt's not adding the gambling point.
yeah, I'm not adding the gambling point exactly.
Okay, fine.
I add the gambling points in the casino region, and the dark region not necessarily.
Well, talking of quirks, let's have a look at Daniel David Guy's other suggestion for a quirk, which is short-sighted. Hidden rolls disappear again when you move the boat off of them. I like this, and was what I initially thought would just be the case for hidden rolls.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I assumed this would be how they would work, but the fact that that's wrong, short-sighted, definitely is a cool quirk that I think we should add. I like it a lot.
I like the It's short-sighted. Short-sighted is good.
It's just a good idea. I like it.
Yeah.
So it's a 5 from me.
Yeah, 5 for me. Simple.
Yeah, that's
Probably
what I
a
thought
good
it should have been. I like it.
No.
I think Luke is a gambling addict. That's false.
Well,
That's false.
luckily not with real money, but
No. Listen, but what I
when it
do
comes
in
to fake money, yeah.
listen, what I do in my games is fine. I gamble responsibly.
He could stop whenever he wants.
I could, I just don't want to. Slippery fish is an underling that says, I add a fish to the board. A fish to the board. Idea from Existing Human, of course, and it reads, I guess, fish, meddler, I hide. Okay.
I will say this one was a little different. Let me see if I can find the initial version of this.
This is like the rat, and I kind of like it. I just like the idea of like, wait, what if it was like, this is every fish, I fill every empty roll with a fish.
Oh my god, every empty slot. Oh.
Everywhere you
Actually,
go
I like
is a
that better.
fish.
I like that better. I'm trying to find the initial initial idea because it was slightly different, but I think it basically came to this, but it was slightly different. Oh, where is it?
Originally, it added an empty address that hides. Ah, okay.
Yeah, okay, that was it. So I just thought I'd make it fish, a rule that does nothing and hides. And it was just it was more in line with how we've written things before.
I love the flavor. I do love just a little slippery fish.
Okay. Well, you could also have it be like a dredging boat, and then the reason it's out is because there's fish everywhere. You know, like there's also ways you could flavor this. I like this though. It's cool. I'm gonna give this a 4. It's fun.
Okay, I had 2 questions for this.
What?
Because when I was looking at this, I had an idea which I thought could be very silly. So instead of fish just being I hide,
Yeah.
it could be fish I hide and pretend to be the slippery fish. So you just get a bunch of fish
God.
that look like they are slippery fish.
Well, it would have to be called the red herring if you did that, and then
Oh my god, that's so good.
Yeah.
so you would have
Oh.
herring, and then I add red herring to the board.
And then the herring pretends to be the red herring.
The red herring pretends to be the herring.
Oh yes, the red herring pretends to be the herring. Yeah. Nice. Okay, perfect.
I think you have to do that, right? Like that's what it has to be now.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, well maybe it's a 5, I guess. I don't
They
know.
have the same roll icons, but one's red.
Well, the worst thing is that the herring would be the red one.
Oh god damn it, you're right!
Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, I like that. That makes me happy.
It's worth it for the pun value alone. It does elevate
It is
it.
worth for the fun value.
All right. Okay. I don't know if this is a quirk or not. It might
That is
be.
a quirk.
But bam, quirk, blank map. All locations start hidden.
Oh,
I'm into it. I am into it. I will say I like that a lot.
Yeah, this is evil.
It's evil.
I mean, it's not that evil because you always start on the docks.
No, it's pretty evil. Because like
So you know where the docks are.
you know where the docks
but-
are, but any naval mines, the fuel tanker,
Yeah.
all of that
The-
stuff.
Pretending to be a naval mine.
Yeah.
The lighthouse.
The lighthouse.
Yeah, they're all be hidden. This would be really annoying, but actually,
It's a
I
fun.
think
It's a good
I
quirk
love
though.
this.
I like it. Kaboom.
The thing about this one is that if you know that there's probably gonna be a naval mine in the board,
Hmm.
you can still avoid them quite easily just by never moving onto empty spaces. But then, you know, if you have like a lighthouse, then you get some information regarding that, and it's just like you can't check properly, things like that. So I fun. I like this one actually. I like this one a lot.
Hmm.
Or Matthew, you can't check properly unless you take the gamble.
Unless you take the gamble.
Unless
yeah,
you take the gamble.
True. Makes it harder to find hidden rolls. That's true. I like it. Man, there's
That
a
is
lot
true,
of cool
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
about that. It's got a lot of interesting. It's just great. It's a 5 from me. I'm loving these
Yep, I
quirks.
think
I
so.
will say.
Yeah, the quirks. Honestly, there was just one forum with a bunch of quirks from Daniel David guy. All of them were. I mean, like, they were all pretty good.
Oh, I think judging by the list I have, we're gonna see a few of them.
Yeah, there was a few. I kept being like, oh, I should only do one or two, and then be like, oh, well, this one's really cool though. Oh, but yeah, I should probably add this one too. As I was going through. So, yeah. there's
Okay.
quite
Let's crunch through them. Bam. Oh, this is not okay. Sorry. It's an innocent roll that is called the boatswain, and it reads, "When I'm on the boat, I announce how many evil rolls have been on the boat." Ooh,
I love this one. I think
this one's really cool. There's a lot of information you can use with this. Slightly lower or higher than the real true value. Yeah. Oh, it's cruel. I love it. I think this is good. I think this is a maybe. Is this a 4? 4 maybe? Maybe.
I think it's a 5 for me. I just like this one a lot.
I'm just.
It-
It scares me.
It scares you, which I find bizarre because there's a really easy way to just confirm this one. Just move on to them first. You haven't done any rolls, so you know they must be. You know, if they don't say 0, then they have
True.
to be evil. Or they
Okay,
have to be lying.
I'll take it to a 5. I like that.
And then otherwise you can just like, I don't know, it's fun because it's kind of like it's almost like how many evils did you miss on your travels? Which I just think is quite a fun little thing.
So we're saying it's just a self-confirm roll then.
No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be self-confirm. It's just you can use it to self-confirm.
Oh, interesting. Command boatswain. There has been one person on the boat. Yeah. Ah, interesting.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, even with the command, you know.
Hmm.
And it's a bit like an empath that way, where like you can use them to be self-confirmed, but then that's what you get.
I like it.
I guess with boatswain actually you can use them self-confirmed, then reuse them later for an extra benefit if you go back onto them. But then you're using up a bunch of fuel for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can make it self-confirm, but at what cost?
Yeah, exactly. But that's why I like it.
Hmm. Alright. In that case, yeah, let's move to the next one. Calm waters is a quirk that says moving to an empty space uses 1 less fuel. I like that.
Simple but good. Yeah.
I like it.
That with these
It's
questions.
just a nice quirk.
No.
Entices you to step onto those hidden landmines.
Yeah.
Okay, what about feeding frenzy? The shark also kills any role pretending to be the fisherman. Oh man, but that's how we
Yeah,
won
so-
that last case.
Yeah, this is awful.
Spoilers.
This is actually awful. Well, it's actually not that bad because if they're evil, they get killed. So
True.
Look at that at least.
Feeding frenzy is nice. I do like that. What if it is pretending to be the fisherman though? Can I ask that question?
What, the shark?
Yeah.
No, it just kills itself.
Okay.
I mean, we have bros that do that already. We're not going to
Shark
stop.
or a
I
walrus.
know.
Yeah.
Wait, we were talking about fuel stop. Existing human made one. Let's see what it says. Innocent by existing human. It reads, the first time you move the boat onto onto me, I give you 4 fuel. If I'm not gonna take it, I take 2 fuel instead. Woof. Okay. I like this. What do we think of this?
I think this is very similar to the previous one we saw from the one with the I think it's shopkeeper. I think I prefer shopkeeper. Because with shopkeeper you had like it was the distance to the docks, which I quite liked. And it was also an ability roll, so you didn't have to use. I mean, I guess kind of comes to the same. I think actually I might prefer it as a non-ability roll, but I do like the concept's very similar. So my thoughts on them are very similar. I think I'd only have one of the two, and I think I prefer the idea of like giving you the number of fuel you need to get back, because that's quite fun.
I think it definitely needs to be a roll that announces something. I'm not a fan of innocence that say nothing. To be fair, I'm not a fan of anything that says nothing, like especially actually, that isn't ability rolls.
Daniel makes a very good point in chat there, which is this one is actually really mean, because if it's evil, then it's probably lying, and if it's lying, it takes 2 fuel from you, and you have to go there.
Oof.
So I think that's why the other one was an ability, so you could always just choose, and if they're evil, you don't have to do it. So actually, I think the other one is just a bit of a better version of this one.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Because it effectively forces you, if you need to arrest it, to go there. Which is just
and lose 2 fuel. Unless it's like a con man or like something that doesn't lie, but you know, rare scenarios, right?
Yeah. Okay. Then in that case, let's move on to the final one, which is going to be a roll by Sequest that reads, The Hypnotist. It is an underling that says, when you finish the case, the docs swaps with me. I lie and pretend to be a suspected role. Wait, what?
So this is when you press on the button to finish the case.
Yeah.
You get swapped with it. So there's 2 ways to interpret this. Either it does it once, and regardless if it's alive or dead or arrested or whatever, just swaps it the first time you try and finish the case, and then you have to move your boat back to the docks that's swapped with Hypnotist.
I think
it does it if you haven't arrested them.
Yeah, you'd need to change this to say something like, when I'm not like dead or arrested, when you try and finish the case, I swap places with the docs. I lie and pretend to be a suspected role. Because then it would be like, if you try and leave, but you haven't caught the hypnotist, then, you know, it's going to punish you.
Yeah, but you then need to use the fuel to get back out.
Yeah.
I will say, there would be a very funny way to just use this to your advantage.
Which would be?
If you know that there's a hypnotism play when you enter the case, you can immediately try and finish the case, and then you just swap with hypnotism and the rest of them immediately.
That is fun. I do like that. But it's a bit of a gamble.
It is a bit of a gamble. I mean, you'd have to be sure that the hypnotist is in play.
It's not impossible with like the marine biologist and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you know, sometimes there are definitely cases, especially easier cases, where you know what 2 evils are in play. Like
definitely. I like it. I think it's a fun role. I can see it being something where, like, when you're doing a traitor rush, trying to get the traitor out, and then you just miss the hypnotist, and then it really badly punishes you.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm giving it a 5.
Classic. Luke wants to torture you. I'll give this a 4. I want to try it. I definitely want to try it.
Yeah, this is really cool. I like it. And I think that's all the doc rolls we're going to look at today. With that in mind, I might have to resize things, as it might be a bit jank, but we're going to go...
These images are not going to be the same size.
Okay.
I didn't make them, so you can't blame me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine then. We're going to have a look at the slums. You did?
As an older...
I haven't seen anything about this region this week.
Okay.
You haven't? Okay, let me read the intro. Let me load intro.png. Hopefully that's the correct one.
Intro.png is just well, you should. It is the first one. That's why I called it intro.
Okay, good.
But
Enjoy your stay at the slums. Okay, let me unpin this. We can make this larger. Okay, so this is a new region that was when was this released? Actually, it was released. Must have been.
This was released
Week ago?
Yeah, I think it was.
It must have been just
6
around
days ago.
when our last stream went live, because I remember
it was
not
the day
having
after
enough
our
time.
last stream.
Okay. So Not So Dog Ninja from the Discord made this. Let's have a look at what they put forwards. Indeed, it is indeed their region. So let's go have a look at this. So
You want probably neutrals next.
neutrals. Okay. Well,
Bigger image.
it's okay. Here's what I prepared on it. There we go.
Oh,
Alright.
the little slanted door. That's so cute.
Okay, so introducing the new classification and alignment, neutrals. Those with neutral classification act as souped up meddlers in most cases. You can think of them like the meddler version of traitors. These roles have a few quirks to keep in mind as they come up. Generally, only one neutral can appear per case, with a few exceptions. Most line pretend, but not all. Good roles see neutrals aligned as evil. Evil roles see neutral aligned as good. Neutral roles see neutrals as evil. Neutral roles can't be pretended as except for a specific underling. There is no penalty for arresting or not arresting neutral roles. Okay. Neutral roles and traitors can appear in the same case, but are only on very hard difficulty or higher. Neutral roles cannot show up on case 1. Remember, you need not arrest neutrals to solve the case, but arresting them doesn't hurt. So I'm guessing the neutral roles see other neutral roles as evil because they themselves are good, and thus it's just
they're not good or bad. They're neutral. The way the reason that cause that is important is that like they're not evil, so you don't have to arrest them.
No, but neutral.
They're not good. You don't have to if you arrest them, you don't get a reputation reduction.
But neutral is a classification, not an alignment.
Well, no, it's a classification and an alignment. It's both.
Really?
I mean, it's the first sentence of this thing.
Oh, I guess.
Introducing the new classification and alignment neutrals.
I guess, yeah. Interesting. All neutrals are a neutral. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Neutral alignment, neutral
Hell
classification.
yeah, true.
True neutral, indeed.
True neutral.
Alright, I'm curious. Neutrals. Brutal cases? Okay, so they want to expand the board. Alright, let's have a look. Hang on. We're gonna go sit above this. There we go. There are a total of 4 cases that are offered at the start or after a case completion. After the first case, one of these is guaranteed to be a brutal difficulty. Brutal difficulty cases take place on a 5x5 board and contain an extra neutral or traitor, bringing their maximum from 1 to 2. Only one of these maximums is raised. These case files tend to include more information, and solving these cases gives you a bonus of 2 reputation instead of 1. The final case of the region is guaranteed to be a brutal case instead of very hard. These cases are risky, but since you can make and refund a mistake, it might be worth it in a pinch. Curious. That is a big board. There's a lot of spicy rolls on there. I could see it. Hello Doc, how's it going? Man, my first question is, can we fit that board on the screen?
I'm not sure.
Maybe not, but
No, not with our current layout. You'd have to shift things to make it work for sure. Oh, I do like it. Big board, big board.
this is giving me an idea, but it's a good idea, so I'll bring it up outside the stream. For a completely different region based off stuff I've been doing today, but this is interesting.
The one thing I was gonna say, for a 5x5 board, one way to get around the problem of everything is we don't have space is something that we've tried not to do for most of the game. So we wanted the information to always be on screen so that you can like make notes between things. But for a 5x5 board, I think you would have to allow for a camera that can pan over the board. Just because otherwise you don't have enough space. Actually, even now, some text can be very small and hard to read. So with a 5x5 board, I mean, you'd either have to have a panning camera or you'd have to make it even smaller, which is probably a problem.
I think panning camera would have to be how you do it.
I think there should be like zooming in and zooming out kind of thing, so you can still see everything at once if you want to, but allow people to zoom in and like, see specific things.
Hey, Matt. I'm gonna put my idea into the general. You can tell me just gut reaction what you think.
Oh, man.
I can summarize it very simply.
I'm terrified. What is he gonna give me?
Thoughts on that?
Oh God.
Thoughts on that?
Oh,
Just yay or nay?
God.
What does that even mean, Lou?
How?
No, I mean that part is fine. I want the entire rest of it.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to it. But
Luke's giving us 2 words and be like, "Oh, you don't understand what you're talking
you
about."
don't understand. It's very simple, guys. All right. Let's go to the reputation meter. All right. Sorry, this is the last kind of graphic. So it says your reputation meter in this region is known as street credit or street cred. To accommodate for the difficulty being raised, your maximum reputation has been raised to 8. You start out with 6 reputation. If your street cred meter reaches the top, your case files update slightly. Now, any suspected innocent meddlers or underlings will be in play instead of only suspected. At least, only lasts while reputation is 8. If your street cred is 3 or below, don't panic. When this happens, all neutrals will no longer pretend to be other roles. This makes neutrals easier to counter, and with the range, you can intentionally lose reputation in order to get neutral information. I like that.
Yeah, I really like that last paragraph. If you're doing badly, then you have a thing that makes cases easier.
It's got like a catch-up
Love it.
mechanic.
Yeah, the catch-up mechanic's very, very good.
I
also
like
really
that.
like the benefit, like the very small but real benefit from like having max reputation. Like it rewards you for doing well, and there's a catch-up mechanic if you're doing badly. Solid. I like it a lot.
Yeah. So very cool. So what do we think just like from those images? What's the thoughts?
Thoughts right now for me are I need to see some neutral roles.
I need to see some
I haven't actually looked too
neutral
hard at them. I've taken all the assets.
Okay.
From Not So Dogged Ninja, sorry, that they made, and I want to see some neutral roles.
Okay, I don't know if the role I'm about to click is neutral, so bear with me.
Oh yeah, there might be some innocent in there.
Okay, whoosh. Now, here's the question. Am I going to have to resize this? Predictions in chat.
Probably yes.
It's... Wait, this is not what I expected. Okay. This is interesting. Yes. Okay, wait, you win. Let's read. So this shoplifter, are there graphics for each of these?
Yep.
Oh yeah. I do remember seeing this. Okay, so the shoplifter reads, I prevent myself and 2 other random roles from being investigated. If I am killed or arrested, the other roles can be investigated. When I am tainted, I only prevent myself from being investigated. The indication of the board shows up as soon as the case begins attempting to investigate. The indication of the board shows up as soon as the case begins. Attempting to investigate does nothing. blocking doesn't affect using abilities on or arresting the blocked addresses. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Oh, that lineup would be terrifying though. Having a full guy and a scoundrel next to them. Interesting. I'm into it.
An innocent.
The sniffer dog. When investigated, I announced the direction of the nearest tainted roll from me that is not in my column or row. I cannot be tainted. If the closest tainted rolls are the same distance away from me, I start barking. If I find no tainted rolls, I sniff. When I am lying, I announce a random result from the following list. Oh yeah, okay. So it's like the bloodhound. No, sniffer dog is telling the truth. Idol was unable to taint sniffer dog due to its immunity. Okay. In my column, right? Okay. I like that. Taint-oriented bloodhound, not much to say. Useful. Yeah. If there's a lot more tainted rolls in this, I think that could definitely be useful. Just find somebody points to it and say you're lying. There's also it's quite nice that it can't be tainted. That makes things easy.
Yeah, it can be tainted is quite strong.
Okay. We're not going to rate these as well because obviously we don't know the region, so it's hard to say. Let's look at the Vandal. This is a neutral roll. Okay, it says all roles in a column of addresses are obscured. I cannot obscure a column containing myself or a traitor in it. I pretend to be a not in play suspected role. Oof. When I'm tainted, I do not obscure any addresses. This is I mean, I'm a fan. I like obscured roles. I'm trying to think. So it should obscure. It can't obscure the. Wait, what? Why would it? Oh god.
Luke has been impede. Let me take over.
No, that makes
I think
sense.
This one's quite fun. Right? The idea is that it taints a random column of roles. Sorry, not taints. Obscures a random column of roles.
Why is?
It gives you some.
Sorry, this makes sense except for this Vandal saying revealed for demo use. What? Surely.
Well, that's just as in they're revealed because it's just.
Oh, because they pretend. Oh, sorry. I thought I was
Yeah.
like, sorry. For some reason, I thought they were like meant that in terms of like they would normally be obscured. That's what was throwing me off.
Oh, I see.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. Any column that doesn't contain the Vandal or a traitor is obscured. Simple.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's quite nice. Yeah. Well, not any column, just a column.
All no. It says all rows in a
rows
column.
in a column, not in every column.
What? Okay, it's slightly lamer.
Luke just wants to have a natural way to come across a game where everybody's tainted.
Maybe. Okay. Oh, don't worry. I'm. That's coming. That's going in. We've got a way to make it work. Okay. Next up, the Crook.
These sprites, they're so good.
Yeah, I really like that.
Honestly, I have such massive respect for anyone who's taken on like making a region and also making all of these like little art pieces to show them.
Yeah, that's really
so
cool.
Good, you guys.
Yeah, and
My
the
God.
examples you have with them also is really helpful to like see how they work.
Okay. So the Crook reads, I pick 3 innocent targets. If they make an announcement when they are investigated, their announcements are changed to "I've been robbed." I pretend to be a not in place suspected role. Oh man, this is a horrible role. So much, so many roles like that. They get messed up. Sorry, when I am dead or arrested, my target's announcements return to normal. When I'm tainted, I do not change my announcements. Okay. So 1, 2, 4. 1.
So yeah, so because 2 is ability, it wouldn't change that
yeah.
going forward.
Yeah.
This is quite evil. I mean, it's not too bad. They pretend to be. They don't lie. But,
Well,
like, there's no way of knowing where they are and who they are.
it's
Um,
my question. Well, because the thing is about the
it doesn't
crook.
really matter.
Like, what I like about the crook is that you want to find and just take them out, right? Because there's no downside for getting rid of the crook, so you just need to find out who it is. And like,
Oh.
if you find that 1, 2, and 4 all say I've been robbed, then you know for a fact it has to be 3, right?
Why would it
then-
have to be free?
Oh, because it says I pick. It's not adjacent. It is just random targets.
And it's just random targets.
But that makes it harder.
Yeah, the thing was, I don't think like, on one hand, you might be like, oh, I want to arrest them so I can get the information. On the
Yeah.
other hand, they are pretending to be not in place, suspected innocent, so they're giving you information. They're gonna be really hard to find, and you know who they've affected. It's not like a bounty hunter which taints people and then like you have to figure out who's tainted by figuring out who's lying. Yeah, like you know who the crook has got.
It says it does give you 3 self-confirms
Yeah,
if you know.
well, up to 3.
Yeah, in theory, but like the self-confirms it gives you aren't super valuable because you don't get any of the information that they give you. Like, you know that like the therapist and the reporter are in play, but that's not super useful knowledge. I mean, it can be.
It's still pretty good because you can be like, okay, I've got,
like those are good.
you know,
like,
I've
you
got
can
5
look that up.
innocent, I've got 3 of them here. You know,
Yeah.
and then you just would be like, okay, there's only 12 innocents in play.
But like,
You know,
yeah,
like having 3 rolls you know not to arrest is pretty good.
well, up to 3 as they say, right? Because obviously
Up
the
to 3,
tailor
yeah,
is
indeed.
so scuff. The crook is scary. I like it.
I like them a lot because they have a very clear upside and a very clear downside.
Okay. Give me a quick second. There you go. Turn my lights on. The dealer. I taint all non-pretending meddlers. I lie and pretend to be a not-in-play role. Interesting. I don't think this is a legal dupery role, but we'll
No.
keep...
I mean, technically, I think it. I mean, I think it's
No, because because there are some roles that can never be tainted. Like meddlers should never be taintable in theory because
Well, yes and no. Like you have, because I mean, you can have meddlers that lie, as in like pretending evils that pretend to be meddlers.
what about the fall guy though?
The Fall Guy can never be pretended to be. I guess Fall Guy is a problem, but even then, like that's.
There
You could
was
just have
a,
the Fall Guy in the description of Fall Guy. You could just say, "When I'm tainted, my behavior doesn't change, and it doesn't matter."
I can't remember why, but I remember it being really important that meddlers didn't lie.
Well, didn't lie is already the case. So I mean, there's like again, an underling pretending to be a meddler will lie, right?
I can't remember, guys. I just remember it being really important that for some internal logic reason, the fall guy needed to never be tainted, otherwise otherwise it'd be a problem.
The
But
Fall Guy, there's certain meddler roles which shouldn't be tainted, like the Fall Guy. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Fall Guy would register as an underling anyway, so it wouldn't be tainted.
Oh, true. Wait, never mind. It's gonna be safe.
Yeah, there are certain roles that you don't want to be able to be tainted, but those can just have either I cannot be tainted or my behavior doesn't change when I'm tainted. Both of those still work fine.
Yeah, I guess that's fine. I mean, this could definitely exist. What answers? Not with this role, anyways. Wait until you see the imp. Okay, I'm afraid. Let's see. Is the imp in my list? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What are we on currently?
Not
The
the next
demon.
one, this one after that.
All right, we'll get into it. Okay, well that one's terrifying. The wiki implied the possibility of non-innocents being tainted in the future. It is possible, and I think it's probable.
Maybe.
Yeah, because if it's just that it's the Fall Guy only was the one that I didn't want to taint because it would be like really hard to for roles to figure that out. It's probably because either we need to change, like we need to give additional information to roles when they're investigated, which I think we're already planning to do, or because currently right now when a role is investigated and you can check the board states, it's really hard to know like who is asking for information, like to accredit stuff. So we're going to change that on our internally. There's some coding reasons that's a bit weird, but like we should be able to resolve that stuff anyway. And then it's hard, yeah.
I think for me the main reason why I'm scared about tainting Mender roles is mostly because, especially when they do pretend, it's not clear what that means. So some Menders will pretend but won't lie. So tainting, does it mean that they now pretend and lie? Or does it mean that they don't pretend? Or what if like the drunkard gets tainted? What does that mean? Do they pretend and not lie anymore? Or do they no longer pretend and they just reveal as a drunkard? Or do they just not change their behavior? I think that for me is the main reason why I'm scared about making meddlers tainted or taintable is for all the ones that do pretend, the behavior is no longer obvious. Whereas for meddlers that don't pretend is actually much more obvious. They can just not do the thing that they do.
Yeah, the drunkards. Yeah, exactly. They have. Yeah, that's exactly why I specified non-pretending meddlers. Yeah, that's fair. So I think that role could be okay. It's just a little warning light in my brain turns on whenever meddlers are tainted. And honestly, I need to go look at the code base to remember exactly why. But I just remember that being a thing. But it's probably fine in modern day Dupree. It's just back in the old.
Oh yeah, it
old
could
days.
also just be like an old role had problems with it.
Yeah. The landscape's changed a lot. Yeah, because we're about Stalker. Don't. Yeah, that's. Well, I'm sorry. We're getting distracted. The forensic analyst even. What do they do? Ability: select a dead role. I announce who killed them and investigate them if possible. And I'm lying or tainted. I announce a random good roll who doesn't kill them instead. Okay. 3 killed 2. Interesting. It'd be fun if the forensic analyst, like if a role like pretended to, like, be this, but then killed someone, and they were like, "It wasn't me, guys." Which I could definitely see.
Or it could be a comment saying, "It was me."
It was me. I killed them. Case solved.
I guess comment. I mean, a comment pretending to be like a vigilante or something.
Yeah.
I guess no, if they pretend to be a vigilante, when we pretend to be a foreign.
Oh wait, yeah, no. We'd have to
guess,
give Conman the ability to kill the
wait.
quirk.
I've got it. The conman pretended to be a stalker next to a forensic analyst.
Okay.
Kills the forensic analyst by transforming into them.
Yes.
And then can use the forensic analyst's ability to check and say, yeah, I killed them.
Solved.
There you go. That's how you do it.
Can a conman pretend to be a meddler? I think it can.
I think so. I think it can. Yeah.
I think it can. Yeah, I think it can.
That's a quick.
Okay, check the wiki.
Yeah, check the wiki.
Okay. Let's have a look at the end.
Yeah, it's just unplay roll.
Okay, this is the one that you told me to be wary of. Real stalkers do that too. Yes. Yeah, I assume it could. PV shouted. It's the coroner. Yeah. What is the... Okay, hold on. So I start the case investigated. I taint all surrounding roles except traitors. I announce how many roles I successfully tainted. When I am tainted, I don't taint any roles. Oh no. Yeah, this one's dangerous. Well, I guess if it says successfully tainted, that's actually not so bad, because if there are roles that like I don't change my behavior or I don't do something bad, it could count that as an unsuccessful taint.
No, I cannot be tainted with being unsuccessful. I don't change my behavior when I'm tainted, would still be successful. It's still tainted.
Yeah.
You just don't change what they do.
Oh, that's evil. Very evil. It'd be nice if I took out the imp if they untainted everyone. But I doubt they'd let me do that.
I think the thing about the imp is that you do know where they are at the very least.
True, but they're so evil. They're like...
They're pretty bad.
I try to tell me I'm not. Yeah, true. Oh, let's see this one. Litera.
This one.
I add a junkyard to the board when I am suspected. If I am in play, only good rolls can surround the junkyard. When I'm investigated, all good rolls surrounding the junkyard are tainted. I lie and pretend to be a not in play roll. Oh no. Oh. No. Litera doesn't change the content of already revealed announcements. They are tainted, but won't show it unless they change, e.g. abilities. Okay. Ooh. This is an interesting one. What if two imps are next to each other? What happens? Wait, that's a great question. Because they did up the limit to 2. Well, I guess you couldn't... I guess you can't... Yeah, with the roll limits. Because you can have 2 neutrals, but they would have to be 2 different neutrals. Could a stalker become a neutral role? Like, is there any role transference we could do?
A stalker could become a neutral role. I don't know how. I guess, yeah. A stalker could have a second. Wait, I'm not sure why you'd want this though. Why are you trying to get 2 literers?
No. Why? They're evil. Okay. Well, I'm not trying to get 2 litterers. I'm trying to get 2 imps.
Oh, 2 imps. You can't get 2 imps because the imp would taint the stalker.
Oh wait.
Ooh, you could have with an accountant, I guess.
Let's see. Wait, they said that there was a thing on the imp. It says if the imp can't taint anyone, they announce Duh instead.
Oh, stalking him makes stock says too, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Let's look at the mugger. I check for every lying or tainted roll surrounding myself. When I'm not dead or arrested, I kill one of the set of rolls every investigation, starting from the 3rd investigation. If I'm tainted, I do not kill. There are 4 liars and tainted total surrounding, so the mugger will kill them provided they are uninvestigated. Oof.
Well, I like the idea of a roll that kills tainted or lying rolls around them.
That sounds good to me. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Saying that you'd probably want a constraint to make sure that nobody can steal them, which I think is fair. Uninvestigated. Yeah, no, that makes sense. It does say uninvestigated up here, so you would lose the information, but then you could bring them back with the other role, only for them to still be tainted. Or
Oh, they have to be uninvestigated. That's interesting.
Again, a very mean role. These neutral roles are pretty mean.
I mean, they all have their upsides and downsides. Like that's the idea around them, right?
Okay. 2 to go. We have the pacifist. I taint every role that can kill. If a kill were to occur, had they not been tainted, my announcement will change to, whoa dude, once. I pretend to be a not in play good roll. When I'm tainted, I don't taint any rolls. That's kind of funny, I will say. Or no, all killing rolls are tainted. This includes neutrals and underlings. There are no killing traitors in this region. Interesting. Okay, in this case, Vigilante was tainted. Failing shooting 1 led to pacifists to say it. No, it only updates once. If more would happen, you lose information. I missed one. Interesting.
I mean, this one has this thing that I quite like, which is roles that pretend to be other roles, but that will sometimes just say something that role will not say.
I do like
And
that.
for some reason, that idea, I just like it a lot.
Is this from?
Oh,
that's an idea from. Yeah.
Yeah, you can use it. Yeah.
Nice. I do like this. This sounds very funny. It just stops killing rolls. I like it, but it also takes away the vigilante, which makes me fundamentally sad.
Luke just likes death.
Whoa, I wouldn't go that far.
Wow, you like the vigilante shooting people. Oh, nice.
Alright, last but not least, the parole officer. It's an innocent that says, I pick an evil target. If they are a neutral role, I announce hash is under my care. If they are not a neutral role, I announce hash isn't my usual assignment. When I'm lying or tainted, I pick a good target. If they are innocent, I announce hash isn't my usual assignment. If they are meddler or neutral, I announce hash isn't under my care. Okay, interesting. So this is a role that can help you fish for some neutrals that are hiding away. Oh man, I'm glad there's that rule about that they don't hide, like they don't pretend even when you have low reputation, because I feel like for a while I'm gonna be there. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna be low reputation trying to figure this out. Because some of these dummies, not dummies, neutral roles. Some of these neutral roles.
Say about these roles?
Sorry. They're like crazy difficult. But I do like them. Well, what do we think then of the? What do we think of this region? Let's give our thoughts on it, because that's all of the base roles and things.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. The idea of neutrals is an interesting concept because they're roles that can be arrested but don't have to. They kind of they feel a bit like a free arrest in a way, but that means that they all have their upsides and they all have their downsides, and I think that's quite interesting. And you can use them in various fun ways. So I mean, I think the concept of neutral roles is quite a fun idea, and the way they've been implemented, or like the ideas here that we've seen, I think they'll work quite well. I like the idea that they have with the reputation, having some catch-up mechanics and having some small reward for like you getting all the way to the max reputation. Yeah, I think that's quite a solid idea.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a solid region. I think I'm going to say the same thing as with the mana region, which is if we have a modding support that allows people to make a region like this, I'll be very happy with that.
Yes. Especially with the logic grid stuff, that'd be very interesting if we can accommodate for that. But I do like it a lot. I would say I think that the meter thing with the benefit for having slightly higher or less than the middle, like different benefits for having high reputation and low reputation is really fun. I like the idea of the neutral roles and some of the stuff they do. It stresses me out to think about them because they've got some crazy stuff going on. But I think they'd be quite fun to play with. I'd love to test it if you ever decide to mod this in. I think it'd be really, really cool. And thank you very much for making it and putting this all together. It's been really, really cool to read through. And I like your little dummies as for examples. This has been really cool to see their use case.
Yeah, the answers you made are very, very cool. It saved me quite a lot of time.
Oh yeah. Well, it saves you a lot of time. True. Thank you very much everyone for everyone who submitted stuff for the region stuff and for all the roles from the docs that we went through earlier.
Yeah.
Really cool to
and
see.
yeah, thank everybody who's just submitted roles that we didn't get to, and like even just because there were some roles that were just like more standard roles that we didn't see. We focused on doc roles today.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you everybody for like all the suggestions and like the crazy amount of interest and like ideas that we've had recently. It's been very fun to see.
Unless something comes up for next week stream, maybe we just like try and go through some of the roles that we've missed. Just some of the like generic roles for the office.
Yeah, I think it could be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what we're up to in a week, but we'll let you know then. But yeah, also it depends how many roles we get in the interim between now and then. There's too many new ones, and we'll just look at those. But we'll see. But thank you very much, everyone. 1 second. For roles. Same thing about 3. Oh, true. Oh, that's mean. Yeah, sorry. I hope you all have a really good Friday and a really good weekend. And I'll see you all next week.
Yeah. Have a good end of the week.
Thank you very much. Good luck
Bye,
out there, detectives. Bye, guys.